So, you're 26. You're supposed to be in your prime, but half the time you feel like you're running on fumes. For the longest time, I thought being tired was just a non-negotiable part of adult life. My sleep was a mess, and I figured, well, this is just how it is now. But it turns out, sleep isn't just this passive state of unconsciousness. It has an architecture, a structure. And my daily habits were basically taking a wrecking ball to it every single night. The first thing that blew my mind was learning that our sleep isn't one solid block. We actually cycle through different stages all night long, with each cycle lasting about 90 minutes. It's a whole dynamic process. The first half of the night is dominated by deep, non-REM sleep. This is your body's prime time for physical restoration, clearing out metabolic junk from your brain, regulating blood pressure, all the heavy-duty maintenance work. But as the night goes on, the balance shifts. The second half is where you get most of your REM sleep. This is crucial for your emotional and mental health. I've heard it described as overnight therapy, and that's exactly what it is. Your brain processes emotions, solidifies memories, and sorts things out. It's a complex system, and understanding the basics was a huge unlock for me. I actually break down the full blueprint of these cycles in my ebook, Sleep Level 1. The blueprint to winning the night, owning the day, because seeing it laid out like that made me realize I was waging a war against the second half of my own night. And how was I doing that? With two main culprits, caffeine and alcohol. Let's talk caffeine. It works by blocking the receptors for a chemical in your brain called adenosine. Adenosine builds up the longer you're awake, creating what's called sleep pressure. It's what makes you feel sleepy. Caffeine is like putting a block of wood under the brake pedal. It stops you from feeling the slowdown, but the pressure is still building. The problem is it has a half-life of 5 to 6 hours and a quarter life of 10 to 12 hours. That 3 p.m. coffee I was having, a quarter of it was still active in my brain at 1 a.m., robbing me of that deep sleep quality by up to 30%, even if I managed to fall asleep. Then there's alcohol. I used to think a glass of wine would help me wind down. And it does, sort of. It's a sedative, so it can make you lose consciousness faster, but it is not a sleep aid. It absolutely demolishes your sleep architecture. It fragments your sleep, causing you to wake up throughout the night, and it's especially powerful at blocking that vital REM sleep. So I was passing out, but skipping my own mental and emotional tune-up, which is why I'd wake up feeling so groggy and anxious. So what actually works? The solutions are surprisingly low-tech. The most powerful thing you can do is get 30 to 40 minutes of natural daylight in your eyes as early as you can in the morning. This is the master switch that sets your body's 24-hour internal clock, your circadian rhythm. Even on a cloudy day, the light outside is exponentially more powerful than your indoor lights. Temperature is another big one. Your body needs to drop its core temperature by about 1 degree Celsius to fall asleep and stay asleep. That's why a cool room is so much better for sleep. And this is why a hot bath or shower before bed can be so effective. It seems backwards, but when you get out, the dramatic drop in your body temperature signals to your brain that it's time for bed. Now, a controversial topic. Naps. Naps can be great, but they act like a release valve for that adenosine sleep pressure. So, if you're someone who struggles with falling or staying asleep at night, napping is probably making it worse. If you don't have issues, go for it. Just keep it short, like 20 to 25 minutes, and don't do it too late in the afternoon. Finally, I want to share the tips that felt unconventional, but were total game changers. The first is what to do after a terrible night's sleep. Your instinct is to sleep in, take a long nap, drink extra coffee, and go to bed early. The right answer? Do none of those things. Do nothing different. Stick to your regular routine. It's tough, but it allows that sleep pressure to properly build, giving you the absolute best chance of a recovery sleep the next night. The second is to have a wind down routine. Sleep isn't a switch you can just flick. You have to land the plane. For me, it's reading a real book and some light stretching. And the last one, for anyone whose mind races at night, get a worry journal. An hour before bed, just dump everything onto a page, your to-do list, your anxieties, your concerns. Studies have shown this can cut the time it takes to fall asleep by 50%. It's like closing all the open tabs on your computer so it can finally shut down. It's not about magic pills. It's about understanding the system and gently, consistently working with it instead of against it. And that has been the real secret